Murphy, you are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of the Leisure and Recreation Committee at Ensworth Town Council to be held in the main hall, Ensworth Town Council Community Centre, Bullenshaw Road, Ensworth, commencing at 7pm on Thursday, 3rd of March 2022, for the purpose of transacting the following business.
Ladies and gents, I'd just like to mention something before we start, that I'm sure everybody's aware of what's happening in Ukraine, and I'm sure that all our thoughts are with the friends and families in Ukraine. And I know that Alan Richardson and one or two members of the public have been raising things to send over, so I'd like to give Alan and the team and everybody a round of applause, please.
Everybody could please put phones on silent or turn off. Item 1, apologies for absence. To receive apologies for absence and to consider and approve reasons for absence.
Councillor Hurd, Madam Chair.
Item 2, declarations of interest. Councillors should disclose pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest in any items on this agenda. Item 3, public question time. To receive questions pertaining to committee's remit from members of the public. Can I just say, before we start the question time, we're going to do the question time first. Once all questions have been answered, we won't be taking further questions during the meeting. Yes.
Item number 5 on the agenda, obviously it's about events. Can I just raise the Seaside event that was held on the 26th of August 2021? And when you're considering a date for the Seaside event this year, if it is during the week, can you ensure that you've got proper traffic management in place? Because last year was atrocious for all of the businesses on the industrial estate. On your Hemsworth Water Park Facebook page, if you go on to videos that shows you the Elsa singing, there's a number of comments on that post saying about how bad the traffic was. A lot of businesses couldn't get in to their businesses, they couldn't make deliveries out, which resulted in a lot of businesses having customers ringing up quite annoyed that they were late with deliveries. You'd got skip lorries not being able to get out because of the double parking. There was no traffic management in place at all. So can you just bear that in mind with the date that you actually choose to have the Seaside event? We're not against it taking place, just bear the businesses and what they're having to put up with. I would also raise the fact that no clean-up was put in place after that event. I actually went down on the 4th of September and did a litter pick down there. And
down on the main road?
No, on the actual industrial estate that leads into the water park. I did 6 bags just from the opening to the from the water park towards Breaks's. It's all on the Keep It Clean. It's all on, like I've just said, the Hemsworth Water Park Facebook page. Like I say, I did 6 bags. In the end, I then put a request in to Street Scene. It was atrocious. So like I said, I'm not against a seaside event taking place, but can you just put a little bit more thought into it for businesses and the after of the event taking place?
It will be noted.
All right.
Can I just mention something about that? Obviously I got a lot of complaints from industrial estate, because I know most of them anyway. Well, I know all of them. And I told all the businesses, well, I told a couple of people which said they were going to pass it on, that there was going to be a meeting at Pastor Mill Road regarding double yellow line, and that they were going to obviously look at the industrial estate. I told them what day it was, and when they were coming, and nobody, nobody turned up. Now, I'm not saying that all of them knew, but the two people that did know, I did try, but we did say for this time, for the seaside event and bonfire event, that we would send them all a letter, letting them know, so that you can't stop people parking. We look police, we've been down the channel. You can't, they will park anyway. The point was they were parking over somebody's gateway and they couldn't get in with delivery. So if we let them know in advance, they're not opposed to everything that goes off, because it's just one event a year and bonfire. But if we let them, courtesy let them know that that is going to be happening, then they can put something in place if we can't legally, or we don't have any free peasants here to stop them from parking through the gates. So, I did do that, and obviously I'm hoping that if we can put that down chair to allow them to get them lettered out to businesses.
So we try and get these dates set up, the seaside event and stuff, and then somebody get it.
Definitely, I don't remember, we wrote to business for bonfire night, but I can't record it for seaside, it probably did, but I can't remember.
No,
Bonfire
you
night.
didn't write, and you didn't contact the business that is being quite vocal about the parking. The picture that I actually put on, because I was sent pictures of how bad it was.
I know, we even get that, on busy days.
But what you've got to appreciate, if the concrete guy is trying to get a delivery of concrete out to builders that are waiting for him, and they're stuck for an hour.
Well, Debbie is the one that contacted me, because we've got a few business on industry estate. That's why it come to me, and I tried, I thanked the police that there's nothing they can do. They can't stop them from parking.
Well, in that case, perhaps you should have it on a Saturday afternoon, so it's not affecting businesses Monday to Friday. What you've got to consider, and I'm very much aware that businesses rent off you. If they can't get their revenue in, it's affecting their profit to be able to survive. So you need to bear that in mind. And also, from an emergency point of view, you wouldn't have been able to get an ambulance through, a fire engine through, anything. Please just have a look on that Facebook page, on the video, and see it. It was horrendous.
Yeah. Well, people that. Right, we will certainly take that into account when we book in events. Is there any more questions that anybody wants?
Could I just ask one, who authorised the hanging at our expense with some Vengaboy ticket on trees in Water Park? Who would have authorised a workman to do that?
No idea.
Staffing matter.
Staffing matter?
Alan
That
will
is
deal with
discussed
that.
in that, yeah. totally disgusting.
It's been dealt with internally.
Will there be disciplinary action on it?
It's been dealt with internally, I can't comment on that.
Any further questions? No. Move to item 4, minutes. To receive and approve minutes of the meeting held on 6th of January 2022. Right, events, to confirm events for 22 and 23, i.e. volunteer signposting fair, brass band concerts, seaside event, bonfire night, pantomimes, Christmas lights switch on, and any other events which decide upon. But can we also add an Easter event and also events for Jubilee? So list.
Can we have
Item
a
5,
vote?
Anne.
Pardon?
Item 5.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. You said, Easter event.
Yeah. I want to add.
You want to add it now?
The Easter event and Jubilee to the list
Yeah,
that we need to discuss.
yeah. I'll add it on then, I think, I didn't hear it properly, that, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
So for Easter, Madam Chair, what do members want? Is Easter egg up to the park or something, or just give Easter eggs away, or what do you want?
What does anybody else think? What?
Madam Chair, in the pandemic, we went around and delivered loads to kids and kids filling them in.
Right, yeah.
Because obviously the company was collecting at that time. But last year, we had volunteers that dressed up with that money. And they had like a pop chase, follow the balloon, and kids went round and got an Easter egg. So I think, what, did we get 1,000 Easter eggs or 700 Easter eggs? Well, we could do that again, if there's, you know, a product and pocket, and if anybody wants to come down and get involved to do their update.
Yeah, well, I helped with delivering the Easter eggs and stuff like that, and it'll be a lot better this year because we haven't got the pandemic and everything. It'll be a lot better for kids to get involved.
Madam Chair, if we're all in favour, I suppose that we get 1,000 Easter eggs. If for the Crown piece, we get the VAT back with about 8% on it. No, that's not
Anybody else think?
No.
It's 75 pence worth. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, can I have a second for that? Yeah, are we all in favour?
Seriously?
Yeah.
We'll have to be careful on how we do it because last year there were 1 or 2 places did get forgotten. Not on, you know, it just happened. And they were coming, phoning me up and saying, where's ours? You know, didn't we get any?
We're coming down to the park.
Yeah, but if this is down at Park, then it's a lot.
We'll advertise it, so the
Yeah,
kids can come.
yeah, that would be a lot better that way.
I hand about on Easter Sunday, by the way, because obviously it's a 4-day weekend, so Easter Sunday. Madam Chair, so Jubilee, what do members want to do for that? We don't have to decide tonight, we've got a few more meetings to go, but what do members want to do? Picnic in the park or something, but tell us the moment.
That's got
Think about it and bring some ideas into next
You
week.
said 17 for Easter.
And also Christmas lights switch on. We've got enough time to think about that, so if you want to think of ideas for that, I think that's the next meeting.
Better weather with you.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time for that one.
Well, can I suggest that we don't put 4 turns again? Because we ended up, it was bad weather, and raining. We could have played something else, I suppose, but they just got cancelled, that was a waste of money. And 4 turns anyway, I think it could have been sent better.
Yeah. Pantomimes, Christmas lights switch on, bonfire night, Alan, is that already?
We pay the deposit to the fireworks room, so.
Brass band concerts. When are we thinking about brass band
There's
concerts?
usually 2 or 3 years, one in spring, one in autumn, one in Christmas.
Say that again.
Spring, autumn, and Christmas, isn't it?
Spring, autumn, and Christmas, what, that's that. Yeah. That's up here,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all,
They're
we do
brilliant.
these anyway, don't
Yeah.
we, so, yeah.
That's what they've missed, everybody, more people have missed that as well, because they're brilliant at.
Ross Park, we see one now, I think, sorry. We put one like this, we fix the centre.
We thought about that, but it's the room. It's because when the band's in here, it takes up probably half of the room. We could then put something on, but we'd have to have a smaller band, maybe half a band, if that's a term or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how they work. I don't know how they work on musical, you know, but.
It doesn't work into that.
We could look into that, yeah. But it
I
won't be
would
the
say
same.
it would, you can fit one in, there is certain bands.
We're going to have the same ones that come with the web in here, because it's like, take up half of
The ones that come in here, the bands that come in here, they will do it, but not as many of them come. There's plenty in the band, and they're split up, you know, so, and plus, if it's somewhere like that, they'll have the younger part, they like to have the younger ones coming in to learn without having it too crowded for them. And that would be a good idea, that, at Fitzwilliam.
So if everybody can bring something to the next meeting.
Yeah.
Item 6, youth club. I'd like to report on youth attendance with us.
Just to give a basic average of the kids that attend Fitzwilliam and Hemsworth, it works out to 36 kids average each session, so 72 kids a week.
Have you got that, the letter that the kids,
Yeah, that was circulated, won't it? Yeah. We want the whole side, that.
yeah?
Yeah.
Has everybody got it?
Yeah.
Because it was brilliant that, what they did, and they're doing well, they're getting used to it now,
Item 7. Item 8, request from WMDC's Children and Young People Service to book Playworld for fun days on 27th and 28th of July 22. And I'll put it to other members. I think you've got a letter from the
Yeah, it's members might have come out, same as last year, they had a kids day for the underprivileged children. Not from the pipe, but from the wider district as well. That's booking again, 27th, 20th of July. Do a committee want to approve it, and if so, go to charge. Last year, there was no charge.
We just let them.
That makes me agree.
they've got plenty of money, you know, you don't have to charge them.
All in agreement with that?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not in agreement, but I'm just going to say because it looks really bad next to me, I'm not there.
B, request to grow seaweed in one of the lakes.
Yeah, thanks for the chair. This gentleman asked if he can grow seaweed in the lake. Seaweed, obviously, inverted commas, it can be grown inland. I did invite him tonight, but unfortunately couldn't attend. He has provided quite a bit of information about what it would involve about farming seaweed. I'll read a bit of it, but it involves mostly dulse and kelp, which can be grown in fresh water using a line technique called 3D farming. The lines are anchored by rocks on the lake bank, held afloat by a floating ball. The seaweed needs no feed and turns carbon into air bubbles. It also uses impurities in the water as feed, and the marine life can feed on the weed and also use it as shelter. Coincidentally, the council is hoping to get that the lake's greater support and restock that sort of thing, so it might not be a good time to approve this. I recommend either approve it on a trial or approve it or say no for now.
Madam Chair, I'd just like to make members aware that over the last couple of days, we have secured £80,000 for dredging that bottom lake and restocking. So, until that's done, I won't look at that, you know, let's get this money that's been offered. And it's open to be picked up before the end of this month, so, it's from the Capital Grant Fund, the Wakefield Council, I've been informed. We've also applied for, from Regeneration Grant, Alan. We've also applied for £10,000 from Capital Grant to improve fencing and parking facilities at Sandygate and at Cemetery Road, which has been brought to committee, again. And we've been allocated £300,000 from the final Taylor complex that Wakefield given us back from their contribution that they've given us, so that will be in the next few months. The only thing with that £300,000, because it's similar to a part of section 106, it will be directed with Wakefield Council. We'll have to apply to them and give them specific designated items for what we want to spend it on. So, you know, they'll want to approve that, Alan, so we can put that on the agenda for next meeting, so we've got it in stone, we've got something in writing.
Okay, is there a question declined for now, or?
What does
I think if
everybody
there's a
else
client
think?
on Almus Road, if we gave everyone up here, then I think on that once.
Everybody in agreement? Yes. Item C, Passing Park, to repair and or comprehensive replacement. I think what we're talking about, Alan, is to get quotes and
If it's okay, I'll get, I spoke to the lads and there's so much you can do in-house to repair it. And really, from what they told me, you can do with the whole thing being tarmac or whatever the wording is. And if members are okay, I will go and get quotes for that.
whatever.
I can't hear you, Doctor, because of this thing that's like a business.
So, we all can get quotes for that, Alan. Item D, income from the cafe and park.
Just to confirm, up to the end of quarter three, the income from the park and the cafe was £232,638.
So that again.
232,638.
Madam Chair, that's 100% increase, more than 100% increase, you know, to what happened in 15, 16, 17 and 18. I think the average was between 70 and 80,000 pounds prior to improvements being done at Lakeside Cafe, where we now, you know, we've got a bar, we've got a drink, and you can get a car meal on Tuesday and a Wednesday. So obviously that's a good thing that it's gone up, which obviously then with the profits that's made on that, it will reduce the precept that we will give input to that to keep it going. So they're fantastic figures with these weeks something up. Yeah, fantastic, right.
Item E, Memorial Garden and the location. And can we sort it tonight, because it's going on and on and on.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
And as well, really what bothered about it, people coming and knocking it down.
Yeah.
It could be, well, it could be after the reach. Madam Chair, can I just remind members of the current position? It's been approved in principle to have a memorial garden park, but the location was yet to be decided. We have had 2 or 3 parishioners wanting to scatter ashes, so you don't necessarily have to have a few options, but the first option is the flat no. The second option is to have a specified location, if so, where do you want it? Or the third option is no location, we just let people generally, with common sense, put their ashes wherever they want in the park, but obviously not where kiddies are, but that sort of thing. So really, those would be 3 options. If the committee now decide what you
Well,
like to
we
do.
talked about it up till, didn't we? How many times did we talk about it? A lot of the texts.
We always got to know.
Yeah.
Right, well, when it comes, I think, Freddie Nash's, only my personal opinion, I haven't got a problem with it. On the condition, we don't do it on beach around kids, or where the kids are, maybe somewhere private.
Well, I don't think anybody would do it on the beach, to be quite honest. You know, if they wanted to do it, and they're doing it sensible, you know, they wouldn't want to do it on the sand anyway. But if they wanted to do it with the children, little bit, you don't have to throw a bucket full of
Somewhere
ashes.
private, like up by Top Lane or Ramsgate or Shaw.
I just think so, I have no issue with a garden, I think a garden with that idea personally, because it's something nice for people to say about the little lawns and what have you. And the location I was sort of thinking of, if you look far end of the lake, there's already fencing on the lake there. There's already somebody using the trees in front of the memorial, or somebody using the lake. Could we make some sort of little rose garden there and allow people to do it there? Because if you do allow access, you'll be everywhere. At least to be kept in a nice garden. I understand what you're saying about people ruining it, but if you never did anything because people want to ruin it, you'd never do anything. I do agree with you, but personally, I think
It's one of my opinion.
no, I don't
It
understand
must be
where you're
lovely
coming
for
from.
somebody to go to that grave, and when the kids have pulled it down, or men have pulled it down, it's staying in ruins.
I
What
get
he
it.
already could have said.
I get it.
And I'm afraid it's too wide open for it to happen. You know, I've lived here all my life. It's William Kingsley and Emsworth. And I know what it's like.
Continue with that mindset.
And it's a shame, because I'd love to see one. I would have loved to see one.
Yeah, I will.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Gordon.
right, Dan is absolutely right, what he said. But we have got a problem with people coming down there and wrecking time. We've done time and time again replacing. And after time, it gets a bit sick to see all the damage. But I always remember approximately 5 years ago, when we lost the fireman down there. It might have been one maybe our time five. But and I was really annoyed with it because I can remember them putting a motion forward, right? That they wanted to put a seat up for the councillor, right? They wanted to put a seat up for the councillor, which I was annoyed at because they didn't mention the fireman and the 3 other people that lost their lives, and the little dog as well. And I was truly, really annoyed that this is the way they think. But we are right. We need a remembrance. You go anywhere, and there's a remembrance plaque. And we've got to sort it out one way or other, because it's been going on and on and on. And it wants sorting out one way or the other. That's all I've got to say at the moment. Excuse me.
Where would you suggest it went now?
Well, I suggest we could find a fact where we lost the 3 lives.
That sort there,
Yeah.
That's what I said
That
earlier.
grass is just like around the trees, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Because that was a terrible event. We're now down with it now.
Do you want me to propose that from the second then?
Yeah, we'll propose that, yeah.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So a bit of grass, you know what I mean?
All in favour?
End the lake. Which end?
Road
end. Main road end.
Yeah.
Last, where it is now. There's some trees and it's all, where that bit of a pathway built. Oh yeah. There's somebody who's a guy in scarf or something like that actually anyway. So can't we just do something there?
It's the only place that it should be put.
No, yeah, because of what the
What do you think about it?
Yeah, well, that's what we said before.
You know.
That's what we said, places for it. Not building anything, just looking at garden.
Sandygate Football Facility, item 8. To consider quotes for FA recertification of 3G pitch.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, this has to be done every few years. I spoke to the main user groups at Sandygate, principal of the terriers, who told me it is needed. I've got 2 quotes. One is for 1,175, and the other one's for 1,350. So I recommend the lower.
All in favour?
Definitely, needs to.
Item 9, allotments. Consider following matters. A, one of those side, update on car park.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, just to confirm, this is an unofficial car park. This is a little piece of land between the back.
Alan, can you mic, please?
Yes, sir.
Is that better?
Right.
This relates to the little piece of land behind Fitzwilliam School and next to one of the allotments, used as an unofficial car park by parents and by allotment holders. We've patched up the potholes over the years, but it's never a permanent solution. So the council asked me to look into it, and cutting a long story short, that most of that piece of land is actually owned by Wakefield Council. They're the freeholder, and the leaseholder is the school, or rather the trust of the school now forms part of. The school and Wakefield Council, as landowner, have both given permission for the town council to resurface that car park in inverted commas. But that's as landowner. I've also contacted Wakefield Council for the planning authority, who tell me that it would need planning permission. You just put hardcore down on it. So I need permission of this council to apply to Wakefield Council for planning permission to start the process off to get it done. I know it's another hoop to go through, but go do it properly. It's in September.
It could take Wakefield Council about 10 years to decide that.
Chair, I know we
Nearly as bad
did
as Enfield.
something, I know we did something in our area to improve it, didn't we? Then we got complaints about all the potholes that were created back again, because it was never going to be a permanent job. But why should we keep doing Wakefield Met's jobs? It's their land, why should we keep doing it? That's all I'm saying.
Yes, Councillor Atkins is right. In this matter.
What does
The
everybody else?
district council
Can we get it
ought
on?
to support the bill.
Could we get a contribution out of from Wakefield? Can we ask them to?
Yeah, let's pay for materials and have it down and maintain it.
It's not going to be a lot of money. It's a play commission, but that's what the contribution as well.
Yeah. One person to all. Well,
Item B, Newstead site, a request for a second beehive.
Yes, Madam Chair, this gentleman already has a beehive. He's had it on there a year. There's been no complaints. He's now asking for a second beehive. Recommend approval.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
All in favour?
yeah. Brilliant that.
C, Road Lane site, an appeal regarding the caravan, further to minute number 339A.
Madam Chair, this was a allotment holder who, without permission, put a caravan on his plot. I'd remind members of the council's current policy is that caravans are allowed, provided the allotment holder writes and asks for prior permission. What you shouldn't do is you put it on and then ask for permission. It's not ideal. This came to, it was written to, and he appealed to the committee at the last committee meeting, and the committee asked for further information, principally a photograph of the offending caravan, which is now got on the front of you now. I recommend the appeal is denied, and the caravan should be removed.
And I can agree with that. Looks a nice song.
It is a nice definitely. But are they sleeping on it, like? You what, Alan? I know it's not what they should or shouldn't be, but have it.
I propose we get it moved off.
Second.
If
All in
anything,
favour?
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just come, say, if anything happens, you know, where you get kids getting down, climbing over fences and going onto it and setting on fire and stuff like that, you just don't know, do you? It's better not out of way. It is a nice car anyway.
It's better off for one particular reason. That people don't see it for what they're doing.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. We know that.
Item 10,
Leave it in.
freedom of information request. Town clerk report on the freedom of information request received and to authorise respective responses accordingly.
There's 5 received, Madam Chair. What about the festival? What about the new storage unit? What about Club Terrace? What about Schools Plains? And what about council expenditure in Kingston? Council expenditure in Kingston.
What's that?
Parishioners asked how much money has the council spent in Kingston?
Well, how much we never spent anywhere?
Well, that's the what they've asked for. So I replied it, so any permission from council.
You know, I mean, come on, us, that, places, so.
Item 11, exclusion of press and public. Members of the public and the press is virtually excluded from the
That's it, folks.
consideration
We're off.
of business of a confidential nature as per the public body's admission to meetings like 1960.